Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be a bonus general message. And first off, shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning. I was live for a little over an hour and did free card pulls for subscribers. Thank you guys so much for being a part of my world and my channel. Just FYI, at the end of this week, so on Sunday, I will put out a video where I will make an announcement. I just want to give you guys a heads up now. I'm finally opening up memberships on my channel. I'm not taking anything away from what I already do on this channel. Everything stays the same. The membership is just going to add some couple of extra other side things for members, but everything else stays the same here. Okay, so with that in mind, though, for the first 24 hours of me opening up memberships, anyone who chooses to become a member, I am going to go ahead and give them a free, just very simple one card pull. Anyway, I'll announce that again on Sunday and kind of just recap. But I just wanted to give everybody a heads up because it will be only an offer for the first 24 hours. Okay. Just kind of keep it simple. And anyway, let's get started. And you do not need to become a member, guys. I'm super honored to have you here as a subscriber to my channel, just as it is, or popping in to visit now and again. I appreciate everybody hanging out with me and making my channel the beautiful space that it is. So that's why I don't want to take anything away from the way I'm already doing things. I'm just adding a little something side extra. All right, so let's get into this. What is our message? Bonus messages usually start out with an anecdote about Aries. My dog, he has been little sleepy, grumpy man. He does not like his sleep pattern changed. He likes to go to bed at a certain time, and he pretty much gets up at a certain time if he's worked really hard. I already know he wants to get up at about 9 a.m., not 6. But if he didn't work hard enough the day before, it's a 6 a.m. So this morning, he wanted to get up at about 9. Well, I was up at 5:30, and he was like, "What are you doing?" So all I can say is maybe somebody's a little bit bogged down. The fact that we have this worry, but the worry is passing pretty swiftly. Okay. Now I will say the 6/6 portal is happening tomorrow, so we've got the energy of, walking through a threshold into more balance. So if a character has been really uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form, they are making a change. Somebody is flying away. Somebody is, if they didn't feel accepted where they are, they might make a physical change and go someplace where they feel more warmly accepted. If a character has been too harsh and judgmental of themselves, they may let those ideas flit right out of their heads and start to accept themselves in a better way. By the way, the 6/6 portal message is already posted. So you can find that. It'll pop up on your screen at the end of this video. But this bonus message is just specific for right now on the 5th. But we see somebody is on the precipice of making change. We have a character who I think is fed up with always feeling like other people are evaluating them. And if this is other people have been unkindly scrutinizing everything I do, you know what? Let them have each other. Birds of a feather flock together. You want to be a bunch of, mean girls or, rude dudes, you go right on ahead. If I don't really need to be a part of this group, do I? If there's no support. And sometimes, the reason somebody doesn't get support from a group is because they've already outshined the group. And the whole group is like, well, you're supposed to fit into our level, and we're running at a frequency of a way lower frequency. Why are you vibing so high? You're making the rest of us look bad. Ooh, aren't you the know-it-all? Aren't you the person that teacher's pet? Blah, blah, blah. All this stuff. Like sometimes groups want to hold a person back. Other times groups go, oh, wow, this person's awesome. We want them to be our leader. In this case, it feels as if a character felt like a whole group was always scrutinizing them. But the perspective I want to give is, jealousy is an ugly thing, and groups can be jealous just as much as a single individual can be. What I love is that our character isn't tolerating it. They're not letting it shake their confidence. In fact, they're getting their confidence back, and they're getting their peace of mind back, because the answer is, okay, y'all don't want to change anything. You guys don't like how I do stuff. You're scrutinizing me. I just think there's lots of other places I could go and give my energy to. So, reset button. Let's start fresh. This feels, sometimes this could even be somebody who feels like the black sheep of the family. It's like, my family doesn't understand whatever it is that I do, however it is I am. This person could be like quite an empath. They could be a very, maybe even a psychic individual or something. And they have not had the fortune of being around people that are maybe more supportive of that, or that don't make them feel strange, or because it almost feels like this character has had to learn, at least amongst the group that they've been around, they've had to learn how to not say or do things because people look at them like, how did you know that? How did you do that? And I kind of feel like it made them feel ostracized, made them feel uncomfortable. So they're leaving. They're going someplace else. They're having a new beginning. If this is about love or relationship, this is a character who maybe needs to choose the partner that actually suits them instead of worry about what's everybody think or going to think if I change. And the reason I'm suggesting change is because we have one bird flying in, one bird flying away. But that's actually where the balance is going to come from. Sometimes it doesn't matter what everybody else is going to think. It only matters that our lead character is going to have their inner balance, their inner peace. We have a Queen of Pentacles. This feels very much like a divine feminine is making choices, maybe for themselves to do something different, to start something different. This could be career-wise, not romance-related, but it's more like lifestyle. It's everything. It's the way she dresses. It's the way she projects herself in the external world. She's caring less about what everybody else thinks because she's more accepting of who she is, and she's just simply walking away from whatever groups don't like what she is, don't like what she represents. We have a Seven of Wands upright. I gotta say, she is a trendsetter. This is somebody, it doesn't have to be feminine, but I'm saying she because we have exclusively feminines on these cards and a Queen of Pentacles until we get here. So just know I don't read for genders. We could reverse the roles. This could be same sex, doesn't matter. But she's been a big inspiration, or like I say, a trendsetter to somebody else who's maybe gone through something similar, being ostracized, not being understood, feeling like you're always on the outside looking in. Everybody else seems to be, they know what the all the cool kids know how it's supposed to go, and then somehow I'm always the person on the outside not fitting in. I think that this character has watched our Queen of Pentacles and has decided it's not so bad to not fit in. I mean, look at the freedom that she has to do the things that are right for her. Look at how she's handling her life. Look at the grace, look at the beauty, look at the fact that she had the courage to just say, well, then I'm going to leave this place where everybody seems to be rude and can't seem to understand me, and I'm just going to set up shop my own someplace else. I'm going to go ahead and instead of trying to pander to others or try to be something I'm not to appease others, I'm actually just going to avoid the ones that don't like it and stand more firmly in who I am. This is giving possibly this masculine the courage to do the same. They've been stuck in living somebody else's, like lifestyle, like people who've told them how to be, how to think. This character is really strong, just like she is, but they are now bending those bars to get themselves unstuck. And I really think it's got a lot to do with the fact that she sets a good example of, look, life is going to be full of people that push back or controlling people or people that want to tell you you're doing it wrong. They're the only ones who know the right answer. You need to listen to them. You got to do it their way. How we know when we're adults is when we actually say, yeah, no, you can have your opinion, but your opinion doesn't change what I'm going to do. I think all adults have to be okay with the pushback, because people are not just going to support you as adults. Our parents did, or maybe some parents did. But in the big world, a lot of us won't have that kind of support. And so then we make a choice about who we are. Yeah, but do I want to do it? Then screw the people that don't care, that don't like what I'm doing. I don't care. I'm not doing this for you. Trust me. I'm doing it for me the way I need to. that kind of personal strength is what our character is now filled with. Whoever this masculine is, it could be a Leo. I would say whatever they're extricating themselves from is every bit as difficult, even maybe more so, for them to get out of, being basically, held in someone else's vision for who they're supposed to be and what their life is supposed to be made of. They already know they'd be a great match for that Queen of Pentacles because she's strong and they themselves are showing their backbone, showing their strength. And I think they already know, God, we could be good. We could be good together. I see her strength. I see her standing tall on her own. Wow. We have an Emperor and we have the Lovers. This masculine is headed her way. She is single, independent, free, and clear of anybody else's, like nobody's putting their belief systems on her. Nobody is telling her what to do. She may be an independent business owner. She's very much self-sufficient. They have been equally as inspired and they're doing the exact same thing, but they are headed her way. They're headed her way because I think not only do they believe she's the right person for them, but they're envisioning who they want to be when they're with her. This is kind of like that saying that when we love somebody, hopefully it brings out the best in us. It makes us want to be the best person we can be because we want to be good to our partner, so it inspires us. It lifts us up also. It doesn't make us a doormat. It makes us want to be stronger. It makes us want to be, smarter. It makes us want to be kinder, all those things. When we love somebody and we go, I really admire them. I want to be a great partner to them. So I'm going to offer something of value to them, which is me. I have value, so everybody wins with this kind of mentality. The kindness, the desire to give. They could be a Gemini, they could be an Aries. We have 3 major arcana out of 4 for them. That's huge. Now, because we do have the bird, and birds are migratory, this could be somebody that has watched her from afar. They've seen her face off people that haven't been kind to her. They have seen her from a distance, even while they were trapped behind their own bars. They have seen how she handled conflict. They have seen that she chose to simply cut a new path for herself in life, go down a different road. And that's been very inspirational. And now they're following suit. This could be somebody who knew her from the past. It doesn't have to have been romantic. It is now, but it doesn't have to have been. Let me see. Page of Wands. Oh, they've been watching her for a while. And their interest in her has, I don't want to make this sound like they've been obsessed. Also, I'm so sick of the word obsessed. But they have been watching frequently. That's how they've charted her growth, her success, the way she's done things, the way she has changed things. Everything that she's done, they have observed. And that is also why they see her as somebody that is like a real, I'll say, a pillar of personal strength. It has not been easy. And I think it's interesting that they know that about her as well. Sometimes we don't know how strong people are until we know what they were stacked up against. And most people that are strong, they don't walk around and tell everybody what they've been up against. You may never know until you get to know somebody really, really well, or until you've been around them 3 years. Then one day, somebody who's known them since childhood is like, oh yeah, it's amazing they turned out so good. Man, they had a crap childhood. And you're like, what? They never said a word. I didn't know they went through that. And it makes you like admire somebody that much more because you find out what they've been stacked up against. And then you go, God, and you still turned out nice. You turned out powerful. You turned out amazing, even though you didn't have the support around you to make you that way. That's a pretty amazing thing. That's a personal choice. Both of these characters have made personal choices to become better than the circumstances that they were in. I love these characters. I feel like these characters are so strong. And this person has not been spying in a creepy, obsessed way. This is somebody who is, the same reason I like to listen to, like science lectures and things is because I want to hear information that like makes my brain better, that helps me learn something. The reason we watch anything is hopefully because it inspires us to hopefully be better. I don't know. I don't like the whole hate watch or anxiety watch stuff. I personally choose things that are not. I don't want something that just gives me an emotional charge for no reason without giving me some other perception or something maybe that I can consider new thoughts from. And I kind of think that that's why I want to differentiate between like spying and obsessively watching and being like, oh, she's so hot, versus an emperor who goes, huh, that person's strong. You know what? I can be strong too. I can do it too. And damn, they inspire me. And I've fallen for this person and I barely know them, or I've barely had any time with them, or I need to spend more time with them because this is the kind of person I want to be. This is the kind of person I want to be matched with. Again, it's all inspired thought processes that are making characters better. I like that. I like the whole energy of that. We have the Hierophant sideways. Does this ultimately come to fruition of like marriage and whatever belief system they're going to share and what life they're going to have? Well, keep in mind, we can't go that route because she doesn't even know that they've watched her yet. She doesn't know what's going on with them. If she knew them in the past, there's not been a reconnection at this point in time. So the Hierophant says we have an undecided future because two people would have to agree upon the future. But we do have, I think, a shared mutual interest in only doing things that are going to be growing and things that are going to be harmonious and things that are going to add value to their lives. So I think two people approaching anything with that same like set of values, I think that's what it's showing. They have the same values. Let me just ask about her. Do you know anything about this person? Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, Four of Swords. She says, yeah, they're a King of Swords. They're somebody who has honor and integrity, but still at one point in time, they had healing to do. Maybe I had healing to do. Maybe we've had no contact for a while, but they're not a villain, but they're not 100% somebody who could listen to their intuition either. There was silence and there was a need for healing in association with this person, but she knows exactly who this person is. But they are somebody who was kind of clinical. They were ice cold. This is not warm and fuzzy. Neither of these is warm and fuzzy. And that might have been why she's like, so then I had to do some healing because they weren't real warm and fuzzy. But yeah, I know exactly who they are. Let me just ask this. Her walking away from a group or an entire situation that was not particularly kind to her, I don't think that she's including them in that at all. I think that her connection to them was something separately entirely. Let me see. Seven of Cups. If anything, they were a bright spot in her life, even though there was always a question mark of, I'm not really sure why I met them or who they were supposed to be to me, because there was always distance. It was something that there was more silence than there was communication. But this was a person that she certainly knows who they are. They stood out to her, but it was always a question mark. I don't know who they were. It's not like she thinks that they were out to do her wrong, but she also doesn't quite understand who they were supposed to be in her life, only that they stood out in her life. It's interesting to have that combo, right? Honorable, but not real talkative. Somebody that is mature, but I don't really know much about them. This could be like an ex-boss or somebody in a high level of authority or something. And, it was like, it wasn't actually a relationship at all, but they were someone in her life. It's almost like there was always a question mark. I don't know who they were to me. I only know that I recognize them and they recognize me. Well, game recognize game, as they say. No, it's strength recognizes strength, but they have fallen for her. I really feel like this was a relationship, a romance that didn't get off the ground, but there's a chance for it to now, after much time has passed. This was more mutual respect at one point, and now it can turn into a romance. All right. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up. Bye.